up, guys? And welcome back to another episode of Asian Meal Prep. I have someone super special right here with me today. Say hi to Azura.
Hi,
She's
Azura.
the founder of Wilder. She's a chef, an athlete, and also an advocate. I am so excited to learn from you
Okay.
and really just hopefully try to incorporate a lot more of, environmentally sustainable practice in my life. So
Okay.
that's why I called you in.
Life, that's a big,
I
okay.
know that is a big thing,
Yes,
but you gotta
that
do it
is.
one step at a time,
That's
right?
right, one
Yeah.
step at a
So I one thing that really intrigues me about Azura is that she grows her own veggies. That's one.
Mm-hmm.
You save
I do.
vegetables that you call it like what? Ugly
Ugly,
vegetables.
ugly.
She
Okay.
cooks the best pulled beef. Once upon a time, which you took out from your menu as you practice a lot more vegetarian, vegan eating as well.
Yeah, plant-based.
Plant-based, yeah. I think it's really awesome. You're so inspiring. I am excited to know what are we cooking today.
Okay, so very simply, first of all, thank you so much for having me. I mean, it's gonna be fun because I'm going to kind of share with you about certain things that we actually have, like things that I grow from the garden, things that, because you mentioned that it's for Earth Day, right?
Yeah.
Like ingredients that I actually, parts of an ingredient that I don't use, I can actually make it into compost. Then it will be replenished into growing my cherry tomatoes,
Wow.
my purple bak choy.
Awesome. You mean you grow all this in your
Yeah.
garden?
Yeah,
Wow.
I do.
What else do you grow in your garden?
There's a bunch of other things. There's
Okay.
also a fig tree, fig
Cool.
plants.
Fig?
Yeah,
Yeah,
fig, like a
that's
fruit,
nice. That's
fig.
actually a really nice fruit
Yeah,
to eat. Yep.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
So, it's purple bak choy that I got from my garden. Usually it's green, but this is a special kind of bak choy.
Oh, wait, what is this again?
This is turmeric leaf.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, which I also grow.
Yeah.
Right? And then there's these cherry tomatoes. You see, it's straight from the vines
Cool.
that I have.
That's awesome. Okay. Shall we get right into it?
Sure. Because I'm plant-based, I mean, this dish, I love lemak cili padi. It's one of my favorite dishes. First, because it's spicy and it's very simple to make. My favorite used to be with chicken, but today I'm going to show you all how to make with using oyster mushroom and some tofu that it's going to have a bit of like the chicken texture.
Ooh,
Yeah,
nice.
so-
I actually like this because I've made ayam lemak cili padi before, and I think this is good. It's good to see how we make this plant-based.
Yeah.
I think it's really fun, especially for our plant-based viewers.
Yep. And this is super easy to make. You just put everything in a blender because it's a meal prep, right?
Yeah.
So you want everything to be fast and quick.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
zzz, and that's it.
How long does this usually last? Like when you process it?
When I process it, it will depend on
Okay.
the consistency. I mean, it depends on your blender. So
Okay.
some blenders take faster, some blender take slower. So, but the consistency has to be something like this. Check out that oil enriched. I don't know whether this will smell because she's like the healthy version.
No, okay. So I want to ask a little bit about what's in there. Like, so what's in the blend?
So the usual ingredients is onion,
Mhm.
chili. Depends whether you want add chili padi.
Okay.
And then there's garlic, there's ginger, there is lemongrass. You can choose to blend lemongrass together or you can just leave it
Separately.
separately.
Okay, so this is obviously separate, right? So then
Yes.
when you cook it,
Yeah.
then you put the lemongrass in.
Yep. And then
Brilliant.
there's some spices like salt, pepper. Okay. I mean salt and pepper usually I add towards the end.
Okay.
But the spices that I use is jintan. Please translate it in
What is
English.
jintan in English? We'll look that up.
So the spices are cumin, coriander, ground turmeric, dry ground turmeric, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. And salt, pepper usually I add towards the end, so I
Yeah.
can taste it along the way.
Awesome. And how long does this normally
Awesome.
last?
Okay, so that's the beautiful thing about this because I don't believe in food waste, right? So
Yeah.
if you make excess, you can actually put it in the fridge or freezer,
Okay.
and then when you need
Lasts
it,
quite long.
yeah, it lasts quite long.
Okay.
And it's fresh ingredients anyway, so you can put it in the fridge.
Awesome.
Awesome. Today we'll be using oyster mushroom. There are other varieties of mushroom that you can use, but I love this because it has this, once it's cooked really nice and how do I say it, brown, it'll have the, you see this?
Yeah. So it will
The
open up, is
consistency
it?
of like a chicken, shredded chicken, which is awesome. Love it.
Okay.
Okay,
That
so-
makes sense. Okay.
Okay, so to get to it, I'm gonna switch on the induction cooker stove.
Alright, so on like medium, high?
So let's just start with high first, okay?
Okay.
So make sure the pan is hot, and then we're gonna grab some oil. Olive oil, coconut oil, whatever you wanna use.
Okay.
Okay, what's your favorite oil?
I like coconut oil for the taste,
Okay.
but I usually cook with olive.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Sometimes, I mean, the other thing that you can use is also plant-based butter.
Nice.
Together with the olive oil. I know, miss. Okay, so Akila, there is two ways that you can do it, okay? So first is you can actually brown it first without the spices that I'm going to put on.
Yeah.
Marinate it with oil and then put it in here. Or the other way is you can just put the mushroom first and then later on you add the soy sauce and the spices together.
Cool. So we're going to do the latter, yeah?
Yes, you're going to do it later. So we're going to put the mushrooms in. Okay. Okay, so here's the one thing, right? Do you wash your mushrooms?
I don't actually.
Yeah, perfect. So
Yeah,
that's
I normally
awesome.
brush it off.
Yeah, because the thing about washing your mushroom is it gets wet. It soaks up all the water.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we shouldn't wash mushrooms. Oh, look at that. It's like a chef.
Like a chef. What are you trying to say?
She is. Okay.
Okay, so the other bit is usually I will cook them separately, but for today's sake I will just cook them everything together, okay?
Okay.
So what I usually do is I will just tear this into pieces first.
Oh wow.
So I'm using firm tofu.
So you use the oyster mushroom to sort of feel like it's chicken. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so the consistency about mushroom, because mushrooms are super versatile.
Yeah.
That's why this is not the tofu that I was looking for. It's not
okay.
as firm.
It's
I want it to
alright.
be firmer.
It's okay, Zura.
You see, it's so wet. Feel it, touch it.
Sometimes life takes us down.
But we get up again.
Yes.
And we cook.
And we make do with it. Ooh, look at that.
Yeah. So
it actually does look like chicken.
Yeah. So the other thing that you can actually do, right, is actually put another pot of pan that's heavy. Let all the moisture evaporate.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm just going to put the tofu. Okay. You can choose to put this at different, like, two separate pans.
Okay.
But just for today's sake, I'm just gonna transfer. Okay, so now I'm gonna add the spices.
So what do you have here? What spices?
Oh, that is you can use the 5 spices.
Okay.
You can use garam masala. Yeah, it's mixed.
Ooh. Very scary.
Check this out. So yeah.
Okay.
I'm
So
gonna add the spices, a bit of salt, and then
okay.
Yeah.
So you mentioned just now about the fact that you don't like to waste food.
Yep.
That's why you make things in bulk and so on. How else do you actually incorporate that? Like, because I mean the whole concept of meal prep is to prep and in bulk, right? So then you actually use it all and you eat it all.
Yep.
But how do you? What can you say about food wastage?
Okay, maybe I'll just start with, first of all, I mean, in order for you to cook in bulk, you would have to go to the supermarket and do your grocery shopping.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I mean, what I usually do is, when you go to the supermarket and you want to kind of shop for groceries, I usually go on a hunt. Because the thing about the supermarkets, right, there are certain areas where you can find like those reduced items, right?
Yeah.
So, and they're all, sometimes, depends on the supermarket, is hidden.
Yeah.
So I usually will cook like whatever I can find. Use those ingredients and cook whatever I can find.
That's actually a good tip.
Yeah.
Because I find that can be an issue. Because when you go to some supermarkets, they sell in bulk, right? Like they sell tomatoes in like huge bulk.
Yeah.
And then you don't actually use all of them.
Yeah.
That's actually a good tip.
Yeah. So go hunting the next time you go to supermarket for your grocery shopping.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna put a bit of salt. Okay. You can choose whatever salt you want to use.
Okay. We've got Himalayan rock sea salt right there. And then we've got the spices. Nice. Awesome. Oh, smells really good.
You know, maybe someone should invent like what's that? Smelling function of the camera. So you can
Smelling function of the camera.
right? Because when you watch cooking shows, right, they always say, oh no,
Yeah, it smells good,
if
right?
only you guys could smell this, but we can't. So what's the point of saying that? So I'm just gonna put this soy
So we got some soy sauce.
Yeah.
So guys, if you don't want to use soy sauce, you can also use liquid aminos.
Yep, that's the other.
Substitute for that.
Okay, the recipe, we will share it with you, okay?
Yes, definitely. It's actually up on the website, okay? So mealprep.asia. Okay, so we're done?
Yes,
With this?
we are. I mean,
Awesome.
you can actually leave it a bit longer to dry it out a bit more. You
Okay.
know, like a crispy texture, a stringy texture of
Yeah.
like a chicken.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is good, and because the reason why we want it to be a bit crispier is because we're gonna put it in the sauce. So when you put it in the sauce, right, it
Yeah.
kind of like becomes soggy. So that's why I
yeah.
prefer it to be crispier.
Right, and the way to do that is to cook it a bit longer.
Yeah, cook it a bit longer.
Okay.
Leave it on the pan.
Okay.
Okay.
On
And-
low heat. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay,
Okay.
so the next one, part 2, right?
Part 2.
Is to make the lemak chili padi sauce.
Okay.
Gravy. Okay. So
Awesome.
first of all, I mentioned earlier on that the ingredients need to be blended.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the consistency needs to be something like this. Okay.
Yes.
Not too rough. Of course, towards the finer bit of things. But
Okay.
yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to add some oil, because in Malay we call tumis.
Yes.
To make it drier.
Yeah.
And cook it a bit more. Okay, yeah. So we first of all always make sure that your pan is hot.
Okay.
Okay, first of all, if it's open fire, try not to do that.
Oh, okay.
It's dangerous. Okay, safety first.
Safety first, guys. Okay.
Okay, so first of all, we check the temperature. Okay, make sure that it's slightly hot, and then you put the oil.
Okay. So how much oil are we putting, huh?
Okay, so we call it agaration.
This is.
Okay.
However, if you are conscious.
However, if you're conscious about the oil intake, you can measure it out. 1 tablespoon is enough.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
1 tablespoon is good. Okay.
Yeah, so you can use, olive oil, or all the healthy varieties of oil that you can use.
Okay.
If you don't want to use butter and stuff. Okay, so
Okay.
drizzle that is about 1 tablespoon, you can take.
Oh, it's hot. The pan's hot.
Yes, for
So
sure.
we. Oh, yay. Okay.
Okay, next is
Next.
to add this in. Everything is added, you just need to blend it. So all you need to do is put it in the pot. Okay, this is where you have to be very careful. Okay, actually, that's my favorite sound.
Can you hear it? Can you hear it, guys?
The sizzle in the griddle.
The sizzle in the griddle. Like the sizzle in the griddle. What?
Okay, anyways.
You know that song? It's actually a Korean song.
No, I don't. I really don't. I say sizzle in the griddle. Oh, is it really a song? Okay. I say sizzle in the griddle because it's sizzle in the griddle.
It's not really a song, but I just
I believed you for a moment.
But I changed the lyrics.
What is it
It's
called?
it's like a whistle in the missile. Bomb, bomb.
Okay.
So I changed it to sizzle in the griddle. Bomb, bomb.
Okay.
Okay, alright. Ooh. Can I smell? I love it.
I love it too, but however, everyone else looks like
Yeah, everyone
suffering.
else is suffering. But that's okay.
Okay, so we need to dry this out. The reason why is because all the spices, when they're brown, right, and caramelized, right, they give a bit more flavor
Okay.
than when it is dry. When it is.
Okay, so we just gotta do it till it dries up a little bit.
If it's caramelized, it's fine. Is it?
Does it look caramelized?
Yeah, it does. Okay, so this bit, right? Usually when you cook it with chicken, the chicken itself will give it a bit of flavor because of the chicken. So when you put there's this chicken flavor, and plus it acts as a stock.
Yeah.
Right. So what you can do is you can actually add vegetable stock. Right. So make sure it's super dry before you add. So what I'm going to use is coconut milk, or coconut cream.
Okay.
Okay, so if that's not enough, you can even use plant-based milk. So as I mentioned, you can use coconut milk, coconut cream. Depends on how thick you want the sauce or gravy to be.
Okay.
Sometimes I add plant-based milk. And if you want to add a bit more flavor, because like I mentioned, right? Because if you put chicken, there's a chicken stock-ish in there. You can actually put chicken, not chicken stock, vegetable stock.
Vegetable stock.
Okay.
If you want a plant-based version of it.
Yeah. Okay. So before I add the coconut milk, coconut cream, right? I'm just gonna put in the turmeric leaf.
Okay.
Okay. So this turmeric.
How do you put that in?
Just put in.
Oh, okay.
Oh, cool.
No, because I thought you would like peel it off.
No, I will. Okay. So the other thing
That was the question.
I see. Okay, so the other thing that I usually do before I put in like leaves like this is to bruise it, because when you bruise it, the flavor
comes out.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So an example is this, right? So you smell it now. Nothing, right?
Yeah. Ooh.
Right.
Ooh.
So that's a tip, guys. Okay. Always
I can
bruise.
smell it.
Yeah. So always bruise your leaves before you put it in. Okay. So since we're talking about ugly ingredients.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is one of the things that that I will what I would suggest or what would I advise is this, because since your turmeric leaf, right, you want to bruise it and all that to actually put it to exude the flavor.
Yeah.
So does it really matter that it's ugly?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Right. So that's so the other bit is that's the thing that you can do. I mean, look out for like ugly. I understand that it might be.
Oh, so it doesn't matter if it's brownish?
No. No, it doesn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because first of all, if let's say that brownish is just such an eyesore, what you can do is this: you can actually tear off the brown bits, right?
Yeah.
Put it aside, and you can put it in your compost bin, which I have.
Okay.
That turns into soil. Okay. So these turmeric leaves, I actually grow it. So these are from my garden.
Okay.
So it's okay if it doesn't look super fair and it's dried up. But yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, so you can tear it up. I mean, if you're really conscious about all these things, right? You can tear
Otherwise, you can also just put it in, right?
Yeah, use your senses.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, use your senses in the sense that, does it have worms, things that are decaying and stuff like that. So, I mean, if you follow your senses, you'll be alright.
Okay.
If you're not sure, you can just Google it.
Okay.
But I'm going to put it, okay?
Good idea.
So, I've actually bruised it. It smells so good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then just put it in. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to mix it with that looks really nice. I think there's a lot of ways where there's a lot of variation when you cook lemak cili padi, right? Some people will blend the lemongrass. Some people will just leave the lemongrass as it is.
For sure. I think that's the thing about Asian cooking, isn't it? There's just so many different ways to do it.
Yeah.
And I mean, traditionally, our grandparents would do it differently as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, whatever suits and rock your boat. Okay.
So before you add salt, taste first.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Usually I will add a bit of sugar.
Okay.
But it's up to you. Because sometimes don't need sugar. Wrong channel. Sorry, wrong channel.
Okay. No sugar needed. No added sugar.
Okay, anyways. So now I'm gonna add the
Coconut milk.
coconut milk. Okay.
Awesome. And we're just using normal full-fat coconut milk. That's totally fine.
So you can just use coconut cream.
Yeah.
Or coconut milk.
Ooh.
I'm gonna add plant-based.
We've got plant-based milk right here.
Plant-based milk. You can choose not to if you want to be really authentic about it.
Yeah. What is that?
Sorry, I don't know what I did.
Okay.
Okay, just add it in.
So, plant-based milk.
Okay.
The turmeric leaf, right?
Yeah.
Does it add into the color?
No, it doesn't. It only adds the taste and flavor of the lemak cili padi.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so it will depend, okay? So, Akila, do you like the consistency to be thicker or thinner?
For my lemak cili padi, I will usually like it thicker.
Thicker, right?
Yeah.
Because then you can get all those flavor, right?
Uh-huh.
So, okay, I am going to just add a bit of, I just rinsing this off, just water and some. And I'm gonna let it simmer, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so
So I mean, the consistency you can actually thicken it a bit more.
Okay.
Depends on how much time you have.
Yeah.
Okay, but I think this is okay.
yeah.
Okay, so before we actually add the mushrooms and tofu, right? We will be adding cherry tomatoes. I know cherry tomatoes is not like the typical thing that you add in your lemak cili padi, right?
Really? Yeah lah, not typical lah.
But no, it's not.
Oh.
No, not the authentic.
We're gonna be
Lemak.
scolded.
Yeah, I know.
But it's okay. Well, just put
Sorry,
it
makcik
in.
dan pakcik.
Sorry, makcik and pakcik.
Okay, anyways, the reason why is because I feel like it adds a bit, I don't know, I like the sourness of the tomato, the
Yeah,
sweetness
for
and sourness of
sure.
the tomato,
Yeah.
and plus it adds a bit of colour.
Yeah, lots of vitamins in there too.
Yeah, what vitamins?
Vitamin A. Was that a test?
No. Okay, so these are tomatoes from my
Okay.
garden.
I love it.
Right?
I love how big is your garden?
It's not very big, but
Okay.
I've worked it in to be able to grow food lah. So, but it's not very big. Okay, so this is what I want to kind of share with you.
Yeah.
You know that we're very used to going to the supermarket and have like this consistent look throughout the aisle of the supermarket, right?
Yeah.
Because we are looking for perfection. Yes, it is a bad thing. Like,
Okay.
okay, so like in the typical supermarket, right, you see like this cherry tomato, like look at it, it's big, right? But you know, in reality, right, tomatoes vary like human beings.
Size.
They vary
Yeah.
too. We're not one size fits all, right?
that makes sense.
Yeah.
No, I love this. Look at how tiny this is.
Yeah.
It's a tiny thing.
And compared to this is what people are looking for, the perfection, the round, big,
I know.
juicy ones, right? But you know,
Life is not about being perfect.
yeah. It's
At
about,
all.
it's about trying your best. You see?
That's true.
The tomato tried its best to grow as big as the brothers and sisters, right? But you know,
It's okay.
it
Sometimes
gave
you fall
its
short.
best. Yeah.
But that doesn't mean you're a bad person.
Yeah. Okay. So we are digressing. However.
Okay.
So yeah, that's all I want to kind of share with you.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So first of all, before you put anything in, wash the tomatoes. I haven't. So bye.
Okay, let's dump it in.
No, before you dump it in.
Before we dump it in.
because
Oh, we're
it's-
gonna remove the
yeah,
the thingy.
yes, yeah. I wanted to show you how it looks like a tomato. You know when you go to the supermarket, it doesn't come with the vines, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I do is I will compost this into my black bowl. So nothing goes to waste. This is literally zero waste.
Zero waste, guys. Well, that's really cool, this compost of yours.
Yeah. I will show you. If you can input the picture.
Now I will definitely add it in.
Somewhere.
Yeah. I will add the compost bin. There, look at her compost bin, guys. It's so amazing.
Okay, so
Okay.
tomatoes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna dump in the tomatoes in here. Okay.
Very nice.
Okay. A few things. You can actually poke the tomatoes with a
fork.
knife or fork.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. First, if you want it to cook so that the juices go into the tomatoes, or you can leave it there in it just as it is, just for it to simmer and then break down.
I love this. I'm learning so much about cooking.
Okay.
Alright. And last but not least, actually this is not the last bit, because the last bit we're gonna add our mushroom and tofu again, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay, so
look at this, guys. This is called purple bok choy. Can you see that?
sorry.
No, it's okay. No, it's fine. You know, it's like
I'm so sorry.
this is how cash things are.
Okay, anyways, okay, so this is purple bak choy.
Look at this, guys. This is called purple bok choy,
Okay.
and it's so amazing. You grew this, right?
Yes, I grew these. Yeah, I grew this from seed actually.
From seed.
Yeah, so that's why I really emphasize on not wasting food, because you know it takes a long time and takes so much effort to actually grow your own food.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we really have to appreciate what nature has given us and what the farmers and all that have done for us.
For sure.
Yeah. But anyway, so this is purple bak choy that I grew from seed.
Yeah.
You can, or you don't have to add bak choy. You can just add tomatoes or not add tomatoes. It's up to you, because it's not the authentic way of lemak cili padi, right? But because I want to add a bit of veggie to the diet, right?
I love it. See how mindful she is? To the Asian meal prep way?
Yeah. The right channel this time.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna add the vegetable. Again, use your senses if you're not comfortable eating like brownish looking veggie. You can actually put it aside and then compost it if you have.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I will compost.
I don't even wash my veggies, so what is a brown looking veggie?
Yeah. Okay.
That is the fakest laugh from my best friend.
Oh, your best friend's now.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Okay. All right. Oh, thank
you. I feel leaf. Okay, back. Anyways, okay, so so we're gonna put it in, and the leaves will shrink. It might look like a lot, but it won't. It's not.
Yeah, of course. This has to be really quick because we don't want to overcook the bok choy.
Yeah, for sure. Ready?
All right, let's do this.
Ready, steady. Okay, you must be wondering, then what do we do with the mushroom and tofu?
We might be wondering, what are we gonna do with the oyster mushroom and tofu?
Okay.
We just dump it in.
Yes.
Oh, I think that's a bad word. We just put it in.
Anyway, so the you can pour it in, okay, or you can actually plate it and then drizzle the sauce on top of it. Either way, it works.
Okay.
So, Akila, which way do you want?
I think we should separate it.
Separate it?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Awesome. All right, guys.
Okay, so we're gonna plate it. I mean, earlier it can be 2 to 3 meals, but
Okay.
today we're just gonna do 2 meals,
Yes.
okay?
2 meal prep, guys, okay?
It's for lunch and dinner. I mean, you wouldn't want, for lunch and dinner.
Okay.
Is there like how many cups? Maybe
No,
we should fill a cup.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
So we are gonna build our meals now, guys. So as usual, we're gonna put in our rice. So I am getting 1 entire cup of rice right here. Ta-da!
Yay!
Awesome. Okay.
And then
What's next?
The rest?
Okay, no, you do it.
Okay, so what I will probably do is I'll add this in the center.
Okay.
Okay. So get a good mix of the mushroom and tofu. Look at that. Okay, you want 3, right?
So we have decided that we can actually make 3 servings. So 3 meal prep. So another one right here. And just nice. Look at that. 3 cups of rice. Yay! You did it.
Okay, so next is the sauce. Okay, so
It looks like a little bit like carbonara.
what?
This one. I'm guessing if you eat this like a pasta, it works too.
So the another tip that I wanna add, but I don't know whether this is the right channel. Is this the right channel?
Yeah, you can.
So usually, right, my favorite thing is actually udon with lemak cili padi. I love that, and that's one of my favorite dish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, there you go, guys.
Udon with lemak chili.
Charlie?
Okay, lemak cili padi with udon. You heard it first here. Okay. Okay, so put the veggie.
I like how your spoon just works for everything.
Yeah, that's how spoons are meant to work for everything.
Alright, veggie in first.
Ooh,
Look at that.
so it's a bit messy. So distribute it evenly.
Yummy, 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 yummy.
2 hours later.
And then she said, it's a quick one.
It is a quick one.
It is, definitely.
It's definitely a quick one. But it's since spending time with the best friend, right? So it
Yeah, I
need to be
know.
longer
It
lah.
has to be long.
Yeah.
I'm glad we are on the same
Okay. Alright. Yummy! Life without sauce is just boring.
Yay! We are, wow!
Yeah, I mean,
I'm salivating. Okay. Oh my gosh, guys. Look at this. So what's next, Azura?
Okay, so I mean the other bit is I will use. Okay, sometimes I like to add the kasturi lime.
Yeah.
And then just squeeze it up with
Okay.
the rice. Yummy.
Maybe do we want to mix it first or?
Okay, I know this is like meal prep.
Yeah,
Right?
you can just put it aside, right?
Yeah, you can just put aside because you're not going to eat everything
Yeah,
today,
no.
right?
Yeah, no.
So you're going to keep it in the fridge.
Yes.
Right. Okay, the other tip that I usually do, because I always eat scraps, like
Yeah.
food scraps.
Yeah.
No, not food scraps, more like leftover.
Yeah.
I will usually, if there's some things, I will mix it up,
Mm-hmm.
or I can put it, and then, like oven baked rice. Yeah. I mean, you need to heat up your food, right?
You guys should be here to look at how intense her face is.
Oven baked rice, it just solves everything. I don't know. It's like, first of all, you need to heat your food, correct?
Yeah, no, I
Right? I
agree.
mean,
but
you
you know
can-
when you talk about oven baked rice,
Yeah.
in my mind it's like cheese.
Oh, is that the wrong channel also?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Okay.
But anyways.
Alright, we can just put one at the side.
Yeah, I mean, I'll put it in rice so that it doesn't get soaked. Okay.
That's smart.
I mean, do you want to put it
No.
Okay. Okay, so the other tip is to prevent food waste, right? Always put things that you can eat, not just for the sake of what is like ornament. Everything that is on your plate should be edible. I mean, please do not eat that.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is, you squeeze out the lemon, the juice, right? But yeah, can put it in a compost bin if you have.
Yeah.
But like those like garnishes, like flowers and all that, just to look pretty. And some
Yeah.
flowers are not edible, or some things are not edible.
Yeah. And then last but not least, we have our sesame seed.
Yeah. So you want to garnish?
Okay. Alright, we're garnishing on the rice. Oh, it looks a bit jabbed now. Perfect!
Yeah.
So Azura, earlier on you were telling me about food waste, right?
Mhm.
So I mean it's Earth Day, and I think we can all be a little bit more conscious about the food that we throw.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me more, like about this
Okay.
food wastage.
Okay. So in 2019, 744 million kilograms of food is wasted. I mean, in the stats, I mean, if you Google it, you can actually find Singapore, there's like 2 rice per person.
2 rice bowl
Yes, 2
per
rice
person
yeah,
per day.
per day. That's right. There's a lot of food. I mean, so that's why I feel like we have to kind of like be conscious about what we throw away, especially when it comes to
Yeah,
food.
definitely.
And then the other thing is, if you go to a supermarket, like I mentioned earlier on, you can go for a hunt of like, there's this reduced price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also like single, like, don't buy in bulk if you don't plan to actually use it.
Yes, correct. I
I
mean,
think
that
that's
is
a very good.
yeah, because
I could be
and
mindful of that.
the other bit is to kind of like write what you want to buy before you
Yes.
actually head to the supermarket.
No, that's actually a very good
Yeah.
practice, because that's something that I always tell people, that you need to have a list
Yeah.
so that you don't overbuy, you
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
buy unnecessary stuff. Okay. No, it's
to
okay.
actually create like a compost bin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So in order to reduce food waste as well, make sure you compost bin, guys. Right?
Yeah, I mean, you can find it on Wilder's platform also.
yeah.
I actually shared ways on how you can actually build your own
Yeah.
compost bin. That
I
can,
love that.
all the food scraps that
Yeah.
just now I showed, like all this, right? It will break down to soil, like
Okay.
what we call black gold.
Yeah.
So technically that gives the nutrients to the soil, which is very important
Okay.
for Mother Earth to a certain extent.
Awesome.
Yeah, so
Awesome.
don't waste your food, especially leftover food.
Yeah, definitely, guys. I mean, like, I'm guilty of that sometimes. So I think it's something that I do want to try and reduce in the next couple of months. Okay. Amazing. So we're going to try it. But
Cool
before we do that, Azura, why don't you share with us, where can we find more of your work?
Oh, okay. I thought what?
And where can you find you,
Sorry,
apart from
sorry.
Googling your name?
Did I say that? Okay, yeah, I mean, you can actually Google Wilder.Sg.
Just Google her.
No, not Google me. Google Wilder.Sg. I mean, a lot of the work that I do, I mean, I even did work with like the Ministry of Sustainable Environment to kind of like share videos like this, like leftover food. What can you do with leftover food? Your food scraps, everything about food waste. I mean, yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, you can find it.
And you're on Instagram as well, yeah?
Yes.
At
on Instagram.
Wilder.Sg, right?
Find it
Wilder.Sg.
where?
On Instagram.
Okay. I want you to point.
Oh!
Point.
Instagram!
You know why? 'Cause
Website!
Okay. Instagram.
Compost bin!
Compost bin. Okay. Cool beans.
Okay, so here comes the taste test.
Okay.
We're just gonna taste one.
Yeah, sure. We share lah.
We share lah. Best
you-
friend, right?
Do you wanna squeeze the lemon on the rice, or you want to taste it as it is
No,
first?
you squeeze.
Okay, we taste it as it is first.
Okay.
Then later we.
Alright, so I'm gonna take this and one of my chicken like mushroom,
Yeah.
and
Not having the right.
Oh my god. It tastes like air raya.
Okay,
You know.
go for it. Like, nice.
It's so nice.
Is it really good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I will try it also, but with rice, with the. Does it really? You see the texture is really like chicken, right? You wouldn't even know. Oh my god, so good.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh my
I love
god,
that. Awesome. This is so awesome.
it's really good.
Yeah.
And plus the, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. You don't actually feel like it's plant-based. It really feels like it's chicken.
Yeah.
Well, that's the best thing, right? I think those of you who's trying to like adopt a more plant-based eating habit, this is good. This is a good like transition into it.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
Give it
Awesome.
a try.
Cool. So, make sure you check out the full recipe that's already on mealprep.asia and follow Azura. Check out her work. Check out her compost bin, which I'm actually going to put the link on as well. And yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
No worries.
Having
We're
shared
just
this
going to dig into this.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys, for your time. We will be back. Actually, not we lah.
See, kick me out. She will be back.
No more best friend. Best friend out. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.